All right, it's freezing this morning. I gotta work on this Toyota. I'm Ernest, you can call me Dipstick. My customer dropped this off last night. I had already quoted him out for doing an alternator because the alternator on this thing takes like 4 or 5 hours to do. I was like, just go ahead and drop it off at my place. Well, they dropped it off yesterday, started her up. The issue is it just has kind of low charging voltage. So I went ahead and started it up and I could hear the belt screaming. Obvious to me that it was just a slip-in belt from the symptoms that it has. So I went ahead and ordered a belt and a tensioner. Didn't get the parts in time to do all that yesterday. So we're doing it this morning. It's freezing and I have like 5 other things I got to do today. So today's going to be jam-packed. I'll probably be done after dark. Let's go ahead and get started with this job. It's still going to take a couple of hours. All right, well, first things first, we got a big old belly plate on here. There's just 3 bolts holding it on, I think. You got to get up through these holes and one in the back there. So let's get this off and then we'll have a good look at the Alternator and the tensioner up there. Oh man. Oh, water just dripped right on my leg. I forgot. I was thinking about cleaning up all the drips. That's a good reminder. All right. Okay, so there's 5. I had this moment of like sheer panic in my gut when I had this one almost all the way out and my eye was right under here and I noticed that one. And I was like, oh no, am I removing the oil pan? Because it was a different size. I was already upset about that being a 13mm when the others were 12. I'm safe though. I just got really scared for a second. Okay, now that that's off, you can see the alternator right there. A little bit of a coolant leak. Not sure where that's coming from. There's the tensioner right there. And it looks like there's some rust on that middle bolt, which is a little Allen bolt. So that might be a little stressful, but hopefully it doesn't strip out. Let's go ahead and rip the old belt off. The tensioner on this has a little pinhole though. So you can lock it in place. Okay, you don't need one of these thin tools because I had to use a deep socket just to get on there. But that's locked in place now, if you can see. So I can unbolt that and take the belt off in whatever order I want. Well, off the bat, my hopes are high because this socket is a very tight fit. Can you see how much it's wiggling? Get out. So barely any wiggle at all. Nice and tight. Hopefully that'll come right out. Fingers double crossed. Oh, that might be bad luck. Oh, my fingers are frozen. I can barely feel them at this point. But that broke loose. It was really tight, rusty. But once it broke loose, it's nice and loose. Had a good grip, but it needed it because I had to push on my short little ratchet, 1/4-inch ratchet, to get that thing to break free. There it is. Although, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Is that Loctite? No. Just some rust. Okay, here's the setup for that lower one. Right through there. 12mm. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. That one doesn't look too rusty. And that tensioner should come right out. Okay, there it goes. Nice. And there it is. It's supposed to take 1.5 hours to 2 hours, but it's not too bad if you don't have too much rust. All right. And that's where it was.
right there. So let's slide the new one in, and then replacing the belt's supposed to be like a chore or two, I think. So I'll try and take my time on that. Well, I was hoping the new one would come with the pin already in and the tensioner set, but yeah, I guess why would they waste money on that? It's not like we're their customers or nothing. Anyways, what am I waiting for? This has just got to go back up into there. Bombs away. I'm gonna need 2 hands. My guy's gonna need 2 hands. Man, they just love to change bolt sizes on new parts or rebuilt parts. It's not a 14 anymore, so I was fighting with that for a few minutes, trying to get the tensioner back into place. It's not a 14. It's a 15. Yep. Weird. All right, let's try that again. Okay, always a bit sketchy sticking your hand up in there to put a pin in there, but it's in. So I'm gonna go up top and see if I can do the belt from there. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Anyways, the belt's supposed to take a while. Have it. Right when I opened my mouth, the dog water drop fell in it. Man, I just washed that off. I was gonna say bada bing, bada boom, we're done, but I ain't even that excited anymore. That's it. I'm done. Belt's on. I did do it mostly from up here, and it wasn't as hard as the labor time said it should be. Oh, got like a metal. Nasty coolant taste in it. Dirty. So if you like this video, now you know. If you got low voltage, especially when your car is warmed up, even if you don't hear the belt sometimes, it's usually just a slip-in belt. It was in this case. I've only had one other instance where it wasn't. The computer was sending a bad signal. I like hand built my own oscilloscope just to test it for fun. But that's pretty sure way, especially if your belt and or tensioner is old. Just go ahead and do that first. If you liked the video, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching. You can check out the next video right up here. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what else you'd look for if your alternator wasn't putting out enough current. I'll see you on the next episode. That's a job well done.